Alright guys, what is up, Worst Duelists? We are taking a look at our boy, uh, Ultimate Gohan. So, obviously, I really like this deck. It's one of my favorite decks. I posted about it before, and I did a bit of gameplay as a sort of a preview with my early thoughts on the direction that the deck could go with the new cards. So the new cards are out now. I've played the deck, I've played the deck a lot more since they were revealed. And I kind of wanted to go over the strategy and do like a full deck profile, because I kind of did just like a little bit of a deck tech in the previous video where I talked about them, and really go over the choices and kind of where I'm at with the deck now. So for those that don't know, we'll quickly just go over the leader. So he's one attacking draw, flip on for you, and you draw, which is nice. The backside is, for one, really awesome. I really love this alt art. It's very cool. But he's one attacking draw. He's a 20k leader, and then activate main. Once per turn, you pitch a card from your hand. During this turn, the next time you use an extra with Saiyan and Earthling and its special traits, you reduce the cost by 2. So that's definitely cool. Get cheaper extras at the cost of pitching a card. There's other effects like this, obviously, like Son Goku Childhood. The new Glorio is similar to this as well. But, you know, this guy really kind of mostly suffered previously from not having good targets to play off of the extra, or you kind of get stuck choosing between, am I going to use an extra to play a body or gain card advantage? The newer cards, while we didn't really get a new extra that we really needed, we did get one new extra card, which I am playing, which may surprise some people, but the newer stuff really does kind of help mitigate that friction that you had before, where you were deciding, am I going to play Overwhelming Confidence or Hidden Potential to get a body and remove bodies, or am I going to use Galactic Donuts to draw? So we'll kind of just get into the list and go over the stuff as it comes. So starting off the deck, we do have 4 of the Piccolo Searcher. We are going just all in on the Gotenks stuff. This card, I thought about playing this card in the past, but it was just honestly not great before, because what this card was doing previously was just adding 0k combo. Now we have a good Gotenks target that we want to find, and we want to find the 4 drops, and we want to find the extras now in the early game to set up our mid game and late game, right? So this card becomes a lot better. It also has synergy with another new card that we got, so that's definitely nice. But if you don't know, we'll just go over the Piccolo's effect, because it is kind of an obscure card and it only really goes for Gohan. You can see he's doing the boo-boo volleyball attack from the anime or manga, whatever. You look at the top 5 cards of your deck, you reveal 1 Gotenks or 1 extra card, and then you add it to your hand. So this adds any extra card, which is nice because you can get stuff that is out of archetype, like Savior of the World. So the Piccolo is kind of an easy 4 of inclusion now, I think. I really like the card. It does bottom deck some stuff like your Vegito top end and some other stuff. Realistically, this card should have been able to add Gohan cards as well. But, you know, I digress. So for the cantrip, I'm playing 4 of the Dende. So because Pilaf's banned, you can really just play whatever cantrip that you want. I just went with Dende because it's thematic. Because if you recall, at this point in the show, the only characters that were left alive were Goten and Trunks, Gohan, Dende, Hercule, and that's it, actually, because Goku gets revived while Gohan is fighting. Those are the only people that are left alive in the world. Oh yeah, Tien, Shinhan, and Chaozu are also alive. So that's kind of why I went with a Dende here. But enough lore rambling. I'm being a nerd, sorry. Moving on with the deck, we have 4 of the dual life take Mai. Obviously, we want to never be stalled. We need to get to our backside. Otherwise, we're playing a lot of bricks, right? Without our leader being flipped, a lot of our deck is going to be bricks. So we're with the 4 Mai here for the double life take to just guarantee that we get that self-awaken. This is kind of a tried and true card for this deck. So yeah, I've always liked it. Just to be able to flip on demand. You don't always want to fast flip, right? Because the new stuff, some of it allows you to operate on your front side, but there will be a point where you will have to flip because you're going to have to get these extras out of your hand. The last card in the deck is going to be 4 of this Mai, which is the cost reduction Mai. When you play this card, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and you reduce the cost by 1. So there are instances mid-game where you can chain these, which is kind of funny. On like 5 energy, you can go like 2 of these and then bottom deck a 5 cost. Will that come up? No, not really. Realistically, this card is to get 4 drops. Because the problem is, with the deck is you have really good removal for 3 and below, and you have good removal for top end, but it feels really bad to bounce a 4 cost with your 6 cost Vegito. So this kind of helps mitigate that. It's a cheap play, and then obviously with leader skill or the new 2-drop Gotenks that we got, we can very easily remove 4 costs now for low investment without even using leader skill sometimes to leave that open for Galactic Donuts. So that's definitely nice as well. So that's going to be the 1-drops. And that's going to be the decision behind the suite of 1-drops that I was playing. So we'll move on to the 2-cost cards. So for the 2-cost cards, we're going to start off with the Mill Goku. So this guy is 10k, he takes a life and he mills. Realistically, you don't really play this card that often. It is basically like a contingency turn 2. If you do not have a Self-Awakener and you're in a matchup where you want to Self-Awaken, then you have this and it fills your drop up, which can obviously set up your mid-game to late-game plays. Most of the time the card's 10k, right? But it's a tried and true sort of card to use, so we've included him here. So now the new card, the 2-cost Gotenks. So this is honestly the most important card in the deck now. So this card is basically what allows you to operate on your front side, and we'll talk about why. So on play, you take a life. He's 2, 15, 10. So he's another 10k, which is good because the deck needed more 10ks that are in archetype. He's a 15, so you can get a poke on the front side. And then the actual effect is active main. You pay 1 energy. You place this card into your drop. And then if your leader is this Gohan only, so it is a leader locked card, which is nice because it gives you a reason to play this in Gohan as opposed to playing it in something like Trunks or, Vegito, Blue Vegeta. You have to play it with this leader, which I do really like about this card. You get to play the cost 4 Gotenks from your hand. Any Gotenks cost 4. So I used to play the crit one. I took that card out because honestly it was a brick, right? We have enough searchers and enough draw power to be able to find this card and then also find our 4 cost Gotenks, the one that bottom decks, right? So this card, obviously, like I said, is the most important card in the deck now. So we're going to obviously auto-include 4. And also we can recur this card with another card later on. So we'll actually just quickly talk about the 4-cost Gotenks. Most people that play the deck or are interested in this deck may already know this card, but we'll just kind of go over what it does. Permanent. If there's 10 cards in your drop, he gets a permanent 5k always on both players' turn. So he's a 35 threat on board, 35 4 cost, so it's really nice. You're demanding basically a super combo if they want to block out of this, or 2 cards, so that's really good. On play, you place the top 2 cards of your deck into your drop. You choose one of your opponent's battle cards that cost 3 or less and put it on the bottom of their deck. So easy, good tempo play. You get this out on turn 3 most of the time because ideally you want to go like cantrip turn 1 or my turn 1, and then turn 2 you'll take a life with this, and then turn 3 you can either awaken with my, if you haven't yet, play a cantrip, pay 1 for this, and then use leader skill for Galactic Donuts. So it's really, really good. You're going to consistently get this card out on turn 3, at least that's the idea, right? And then you're going to keep that advantage up, right? Because you're going -1 in hand, but you can draw back 2 with Galactic Donuts. So you can play this to cycle a 0 with leader skill, and then cycle another 0 with Galactic Donuts. So that is honestly going to be your bread and butter play and your high roll, so to speak, right? You really want to see that. So that's going to be that. We'll move on to the rest of the 4-cost targets for, overwhelming confidence and the like. So we do have 2 of the new Gohan. This card is good, but I think this card's only a 2 of. I kind of wish that I had room for a 3rd. I think I'm on 51 right now. I could simply just add it, but right now I'm just playing 2. And 2's been fine, so we're going to leave it at 2 for now. If you have 10 or more cards in your drop, it gets 10k power, so it's another 35, which is nice because it's 35 here and 35 here. But this is only on my turn that it's a 35. Realistically, I think it should just had a permanent just like this to be 35, but the reason why it doesn't is because of the when attacking. If your leader is Gohan, again, another leader locked card. I like that. It gives you more reasons to play Gohan. If your leader is Gohan Adolescence, when this card attacks, you get to pick up a Piccolo from your drop, or you get to pick up a Gotenks from your drop with a cost of 4 or less. So you can get any of these cards back. Typically, you'll just go for the 10k Gotenks to get that combo back. Really, what I like to do with this card most of the time is on 5 energy, you don't always have to go for the 6-cost Vegito now with like an Overwhelming Confidence play or with the new Great M and Time extra. On 5 energy, you can play this card, you can get back a 10k, you can poke 35, swing lead, pitch another 0, set up yours Vegito play, or pitch another one of these out of hand or useless extra, and then Galactic Donuts lock something else down for a tempo swing. Swing 35 board, swing 20 face, lock something else down, get 10k combo back and draw 2 cards. It's a really nice little value play that this card provides, and again, it's something that really only this leader can do, and it is adding to his like value mid-range, but like also like aggro tempo kind of style, which is really nice. And yeah, this card is definitely a welcome inclusion. Better than the old Gohan. When you have 7 or fewer you draw, it was a 4, 25, 10, and then 7 or fewer you draw card. So just 3 of the Vegito. This is the Vegito that cheats out the 6-drop from your drop, because you don't always have to go for this play now, but you do want to have it as an option, and it's 10k combo. Really, when you're like going for game, it's nice to do this with Confidence and Saviors of the World, because it's more swings, right? And you can pitch dead zeros out of your hand, so that's definitely something to consider there as well. But yeah, just 3 of this now, because it's not quite as important as it used to be. Well, we do want that 10k combo still. Going 3 of the 6-drop, we just want to mill it. We're playing a 60-card deck, but it's also a free pitch off of leader, right? So we don't really mind drawing these or them clogging up or whatever, right? But we do need to see this so we can end the game with it, so it's just going to be 3 of those. Not really much to say about him. I guess I'll briefly go over it. Permanent, if you have no cards in your deck, he gains 10k and you don't lose the game. Active main, you can mill 5 and restand him and bounce anything, so really good. 240 swings, definitely nice. Super combo of choice is going to be the Supreme, or the Old Kai's. Again, it's just going to be a thematic super combo. Obviously, the Old Kai is why he unlocks this form, so we went with that as the super combo. And then, of course, additional super combos can be 3 Savior. I didn't go all in on 4 of this, like Vegito, because you're not really going to get to that 20 and drop quite as quick, so these are pretty much dead until like 5 energy, because really what's most of the time going to set it up for you is this or the Great M in Time or the Overwhelming Confidence, right? So that's going to really push you over the edge to get the 20 and drop, because you're like building it up throughout the game and pitching for leader and etc and so on. So it just kind of really adds to your hand dump at the end of the game, or giving that additional defense if you're not going to push for game on the offensive. So then the extras that you actually use at leader skill, we got 2 Great I'm in Time. This is the new extra, so we will go over it. It is a 7-cost extra, which is obviously not ideal. Not exactly what we were asking for the deck, but it's what we got. So I think it's not worth playing more than 2, because honestly it can be kind of bricky, but we'll kind of just go over what it does. Place top 3 cards of your deck into your drop, you draw a card. So it's just like Overwhelming Confidence in that it's going to replace itself and mill 3, which is nice. That was kind of the problem with Amazing Hidden Potential, was it did not replace itself. Then you play up to 2 battle cards with different names and Saiyan in their special traits of cost 6 or less. So in this deck, in this build at least, you can get the 6-drop, you can get 4-cost Vegito and 2-cost Gotenks. So you can get 6-drop, or you can get any combination of 2-cost Gotenks and these to board, right? So if you are at 6 energy and you don't want to go for this, you can Great I'm in Time, go for this, remove something, go for this, and play another Gotenks out of your hand if you so desire. Most of the time you'll just simply be going for the 6-drop though, because what's nice about this is before you would have to do, you know, Overwhelming Confidence into this card, and then you could swing with this and Savior or combo up, and then you would have to pitch a card, and then you would get this card out. But you can just skip that, right? Rather than doing the extra discards or comboing cards, you can just go right into the 6-drop. And yeah, that's going to be that. So Great in Time is, you know, not exactly what we were asking for, but still a fine addition to the deck nonetheless. Also, something cheeky that I will note about this, you can play the Bomb Coup package off of this, which is kind of funny. But I don't recommend it. I think that it's a little bricky to play that, but if you would like, you can actually include the Vegeta, the Bomb Goku, and the Sia in your deck, because this will play just both Vegeta and Goku for you. So that's nice, neat little tech. 2 Overwhelming Confidence. It's going to be very similar to this. Mill 3, draw a card, then you play a Saiyan, cost 4 or less. So like I said, for the most part, whenever you're like really trying to push for game, you can go for confidence plus this plus savior for a 30 swing, and then you trade out for the 6 drop, and that's just a lot of swings. So you can go old school for the game push, or even mid game you can play this if you want. You can like get the Gohan out. Honestly, that's typically what I'll go for this. I'll get the Gohan out and then play like a 1-drop, or you can even go for the 1-drop Mai and then remove a 4 cost with the confidence still. I was playing 3. I had to cut it to 2 because I just had to get some zeros out of the deck, and I was bricking on it. So basically the way I look at it is, if I see this card, I'm for sure keeping it, and if I see the second one, it's a free charge. Basically the same thing with Great in Time. If I draw it, I'm going to for sure keep it, and then if I see the second one, I'm likely just going to charge it. So that's how I play the deck, at least. So that's that. And then the last card that we're going to play off Leader Skill, Tried and True, Old Faithful, Galactic Donuts. We're maxing out on it now, because before I used to play 3 and 2, but we're maxing out now because it's just so easy to be able to do this, to get that draw 2 for 1 energy every turn. 1 energy in a pitch, but, you know, I digress. So, at any rate, that is going to be the Blue Gohan updated list for FB07. I had someone ask about it, and you know that your boys got you. This is one of my favorite decks, so, you know, I really did want to try to lab this and figure something else out for it. It feels really good now. Honestly, it does feel a lot better. I have some gameplay, a little bit more gameplay with this exact build that I'm going to post. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you think of Blue Gohan in the new set. So yeah, thanks.